Another week, another rental review. This week we're driving a Mercedes GLE350. This is, I guess they're mid-size SUV, similar to like a X5. I had to look it up though, because it doesn't feel that large. It doesn't feel that much larger than like my wife's X3, for example. But apparently it is. Apparently this is mid-size. I mean, not a ton of room, but yeah. I was surprised as I mean, I rent, 120 days a year, so I shouldn't have been too surprised that they give me, a nice car, but I normally don't get stuff like this, so kind of interesting. So 350, what does that mean? That used to mean it would have a 3.5 liter engine. BMW used to do that. All the Germans did. That's been dead for about 25 years. This has a 2 liter 4-cylinder engine that makes 255 horsepower. And let me tell you, well, you'll see when I drive it, this thing is not impressive in terms of speed, but the interior is pretty nice. The carpet's nice. It's quiet. Has a pretty decent amount of cargo room. This section here is very long, although it is kind of sloped off in the back, but pretty good cargo room. The fit and finish is pretty decent. Like, this is harder, but it's still actually soft. You can still see it. It still has some give. Elbows are soft. The switches are aluminum. Or maybe they're plastic. I don't know, but it feels good, whatever it is. I really like these vents that move every different direction. Obviously not a fan of this digital gauge cluster thing, and this infotainment works terrible. You can touch it, which is good, but as you can see here, it's a little laggy. You could use this touchpad thing too if you want to feel like you're using a laptop from 2001. Actually, this thing would work better if it had Windows XP. This navigation system, look at this. What are these graphics? And I mean, it just feels like you're in. I had a 2004 ML55, and the navigation felt like the same system as this. I'm trying to cancel it. Yeah, there it goes. See, it's just slow. Everything is slow and laggy, but hey, I got to give Mercedes credit. Physical HVAC controls. You see this, guys? See this? Take notes. Physical HVAC. Definitely like that. Yeah, normal light controls down here, unlike that Expedition I had last week. You recognize everything, kind of. But yeah, the materials are nice. The leather wrap steering wheel's nice. This headliner's soft. Where you put your elbows is soft. You got these big grab handles for God knows what. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a nice place to be. Big sunroof. I will say one thing's kind of odd about this sunroof. Well, here, let's open it. That's it. That's the whole opening, which is, it's about a, I don't know, 15-inch opening, which is okay, but you look at how big the roof is. Like in my BMW, the roof opens about double the size of this. Same thing in the Expedition I was in. Look at this mechanism. It slides. That concerns me. Every time I use it, it kind of concerns me. Not really. It's a rental car. I'm going to bring it back. Yeah, it gives you all sorts of crazy warnings about shutting the car off and leaving your kids and lane departure and blah, 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 blah. But the bones of this are pretty good. And what I mean by that is the ride is great. It's quiet. It's definitely comfortable. The seats are pretty plush. You know, I like it when manufacturers don't try and do too much. And this has no sporting intentions at all. I understand they make an AMG with a twin turbo V8, but that's not this one. This one, I'm telling you, this thing would get walked by any car in this parking lot. That pickup, that Nissan Rogue, that Outlander. This is probably the slowest car in this parking lot. I mean, it is slow. I'll show you guys here. But yeah, shifter's really weird. You push down to go into drive. And then to put it in park, you hit the little button at the end of the wand here. Yeah. So you just push down and you're in drive. Now, the transmission, that is a little weird, but you know what? I love how it takes up no space. I really like that. Like, you know, you have more room for everything. Compared to some of the other vehicles I've driven, that's welcoming, you know? Sound system's pretty good. But yeah, this little ratty 4-cylinder is not good. It has turbo lag. The transmission, sometimes you can't tell if it's in a gear at all. Yeah, from a driving perspective, the engine really lets this thing down. Now, I understand they make a straight 6 and a twin turbo V8 for this. The straight 6 would probably solve most of the issues. It wouldn't solve the final issue, though. This car costs, I don't know, I think it starts at like 65 grand. That's outrageous. I mean, it's fine. It's okay, like the car, but all right, that's to the floor. That got to 43 miles an hour in about 7 seconds. It is really slow. And I look, I think every car, it's not dangerous or anything. It's quick enough for, you know, everyday life, but for 65 grand, let's look at that power again. Flooring it now. Yeah, that's that's not exactly what I had in mind. But I saw a 350. I thought, okay, 3.5 liter V6, which Mercedes 3.5 liter V6 with the 7-speed automatic. Those things were pretty quick. Not a lot of torque. This is none of those things. But it is quiet. It is comfortable. The ride's nice. And impressively, when you go around a turn, you know, Mercedes has this weird active body control thing, and it works great. When you go around a turn, it stiffens up and, you know, it stops being a luxury car and gets a little sporty. So I understand why people like vehicles like this. If you're just driving every day and you don't really care about performance, sure, get one of these a year or two used, because they sell for about 35 grand. They don't hold their value at all. Is this better than like a, I don't know. I don't even know what this competes with. I guess like a Honda Passport or, no, it's smaller than that. Yeah, the sizing of this thing is weird because, you know what's really weird? I had an 04 ML55, like I mentioned, and that could have been had with a third row seat. Now, before the comments come at me, the AMGs did not come with a third row seat. But it fit. They just, you know, didn't put it there for performance reasons. But that vehicle was 15 inches shorter and could have been had with a third row. And it felt like it had more interior and cargo room. Yeah, I couldn't believe that this wasn't X3 sized. I've rented a new X3, and it felt bigger than this, and it was definitely quicker. I mean, if you want to go quick, buy a BMW. Don't buy an Audi. God, I rented an Audi Q3 and an Audi Q5. They are terrible. I mean, yeah, you guys saw my review on it. It's just kind of like, that thing's feels like a Volkswagen Tiguan. But this has no power. So what do I mean by it has no power? The BMW 4-cylinder that allegedly makes the same amount of horsepower as this is 2.5 seconds quicker to 60. I don't even know how that's possible. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about the Mercedes ML. See, I'm still calling it an ML. GLE350. It's an okay car if you want luxury. Buy one used. You buy one of these new. I can't help you. If you really think that buying one of these new is a good idea, if it's 65 grand, you could do a lot better with literally anything else. But it is quiet. It is comfortable. The infotainment is like a time machine. I mean, literally, it feels like you're going back in time using this infotainment. But yeah, it is kind of refreshing to drive a car that has no sporting intentions whatsoever. This thing is just about comfort, and for that I give it some credit. Yeah, that's the ML. Here I go again. It's a GLE now, a GLE 350. That's a rental review. Yeah, I mean it's okay. It's comfortable. Like I said, it's a good rental car. How about that? It's a good rental car, and that's about all I have to say about it. Is that, what Mercedes is going for, being like, okay, this thing's okay to drive for a couple days and then I can't wait to give it back? Is that really what Mercedes was going for when they made this thing? I don't think so. But you know what? Then again, I don't think Mercedes knows what Mercedes was going for. They've kind of lost their identity. They went down market a bit and yeah. Yeah, but the materials are nice. It's comfortable. Like I said, I understand if somebody just wants something comfortable and has this badge, why they'd buy something like this. It's not for me, but it's definitely better than the Audis in terms of comfort. It didn't break like the Jaguar I rented a couple weeks ago, which I had to return. It's way slower than a BMW, but it rides nicer, and definitely the interior is nicer than a new BMW. Old BMWs had pretty cool interior. New BMWs are really cheap and cheesy. The screen and everything like this is cheap and cheesy in this, but everything that matters is pretty good. The steering wheel's nice, where you rest your knee, where you rest your elbow. Yeah, it's a comfortable luxury car with some annoying tech. Just another generic new car. That's it for this week, guys. I'm going to be driving. I'm going to be flying, traveling overseas and on vacation for the next 2 weeks. So you're not going to see a video from me until probably after Thanksgiving. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. If you want to see anything else, feel free to leave comments and get out there and go drive, whatever it is, even if it's a snooze fest like this. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.